Guys, how are we doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our major markets. TD look up a bit later than usual, but we'll go straight over to those charts. Right, so S&P first. We always start on the S&P. So yeah, we had a pretty weak close on Friday. Had this pretty doji looking candle from when we opened. We opened lower and then traded back up, and I was actually doing the Bitcoin video last night when this opened, and I was saying it seemed it was going to rally up basically, because we've got a buyer that comes in the market every morning at 3 a.m. When there's low volume and buys up the futures. And that's basically what happened. So excellent, easy money to be made there. And yeah, so we're getting follow through this morning. So you can see this horizontal level, we bounced off it pretty nicely. We wicked up low, obviously, but subsequently found ourselves straight back above it. And now we have follow through from this reversal doji candle. So obviously you can see from this chart we've got a high, a low, a lower high, and a lower low. So we need to confirm if we're going to go up. Basically, we need to confirm this here has to basically close above here, so it can confirm as a higher high and a change of behavior on the macro, because we're not at the 786 yet. So we can definitely get rejected at the 786, and that would be a nice lower high. You can see we've got this trend line, this pennant drawn in, but am I bullish or bearish? I would say I am bullish basically of this, just because just because of the move up is a strong move up. This looks like a bit of consolidation, a bit of taking profits. We know these markets have been propped up, so why not have a bullish bias, guys? But yeah, so I think we'll break out this pennant and then just make our way to new highs. Obviously, until we do, we will still be in it, and we can still trade down. I expect some sort of resistance at the 786, and then potentially even testing this horizontal again, or just the bottom side of this trend line before we then potentially break out. Let's have a look at the Nasdaq. Look at the Nasdaq going for all-time highs after its last all-time high, which was not long ago. But yeah, we had a bit of a retrace. I mean, this is just what you want to see on a trending market. We've got the 4-hour here. We've got both the 21 and the 50 period above the 400 period on the 4-hour. We are getting guided up by the 21, and then when we have any sharper retracements, they only really get to about the 50. This is the only one that did actually touch the 50 on the 4-hour, so it's a good move up trend to trade. The further it does diverge from the 4-hour, though, the more I think it's got to slow down at some point. I mean, I expect it's gonna medium term, in the next couple of months, probably just trade around this area. I can't see it running away from the 200-day like it is doing at the moment. I mean, if we look at previous price action in this asset, we don't get much further than this away from the 200-day. Yeah, so especially to the upside. Obviously, we know markets go up the stairs and down the elevator, or up the escalator and down the elevator. So obviously, these sell-offs can often get quite far away from the 2-hour, from the 200 period. But you can see the actual the whatchamacallits. What am I trying to say? Yeah, we don't actually get that far away from the 200 period on the 4-hour. Right, so over to the Russell, one of our weaker pairs, along with the S&P. This is guiding up nicely. Sorry, we didn't have a look through the TD sequentials. We were just looking at the actual price action and the bullish move. Just being a bit slow here. Just 1 second. I've currently lost my internet connection. Just 1 sec, guys. Yeah, I've got Wi-Fi dongles that I'm currently using for the internet, which aren't basically ideal. But my other office is getting set back up and should be sorted within like a week or so. So I'll be back in there with wired internet connection, so I won't have any of this basically to contend with going forwards, which I'm obviously pretty excited about, because I don't know whether it's the actual use, how much I actually use these Wi-Fi, how much internet I use, but they just seem to not be doing so well basically. So can I get some internet, guys? Can I get my charts up? This looks like it's loading. Here we go. Right, we're back in the game, back online. It just seemed to be this computer, and this is the main one I use for like uploading YouTube videos and things. So I think I'm not a Wi-Fi dongle tech expert, but I am putting a lot of using it basically quite heavily, and not so much on the other computer. So I believe that maybe what's causing this particular one to be a bit funny. But yeah, so nothing here. You can see we're not going to have anything on the 12-hour and the daily TD wise because of you can see that the price action's not gonna allow us to have basically have enough down day or 12-hour candles to get one. So yeah, nothing on there. Let's get this let's get our things back up. Right, back to the Nasdaq. Yeah, so Nasdaq, sorry, we're on the Nasdaq. We'll check the TDs on the Nasdaq, but I don't think there is anything. The closest thing we may have is a 4-hour. No, we didn't quite get the 4-hour either, but yeah, we've got this horizontal level. It's looking to break above that on the Nasdaq. Yeah, Russell sitting a similar pennant. We may as well draw the top. I'd expect a break of this to propel us basically to the high, to above here, and then onwards and upwards. What I expect from there. Oh, I have these fits of yawns. But yeah, you can see here the trend line's pretty efficacious here. All I will say is that we have had a high, a low, a lower high, and if this confirms as here around here, this area, then obviously it's a higher low tightening formation, and then yeah, break out of here, taking out the top of here, onwards and upwards. So let's have a look at USO. Bullish of oil now. Always a buy, always a buy. Inflation, get the reflation trades on. Your inflation, your reflation, your stagflation, the whatever inflation you want, get those trades on. Yeah, so in a bit of a box, I fully suspect this will break out to the upside. Currently we're just playing around with this 4-hour 9, but if we take this level out above it, onwards and upwards, I mean, this is the downside. We've got this. I'll potentially move this up to around here now. This I think would be the downside, basically a downside trigger if we take this out. Have we got anything TD wise on the sorry, not the 8-hour, on the daily? Let's just wait for the internet again. Yeah, nothing TD on the daily. We just had that the 9 just here, which we did definitely react off quite nicely, and then we did have a 4-hour 9 that is holding up price, but not necessarily. I don't think this is really enough to pin us down. Basically, I think we're going to regain this horizontal and then continue upwards. Gold, yeah, I mean, we drew the pennant, we broke out the pennant. This is basically the pennant target. This is a horizontal based on this price action. This to me just like, we're going to break out the pennant, we're going to bull flag it up, we're going to break this resistance, and we're going to break 1800, and then all the banks are going to start getting the knickers in a twist, especially the central banks, because the reason they pin gold down is because if gold is going up, it is basically a direct reflection on the lack of trust in the financial system, their fiat-based financial system, and then also lack of confidence in the actual fiat-based currency. So that is why, if anyone tells you they manipulate gold prices and silver prices also, but why they manipulate these prices is because if the prices are allowed to go to where they should do, it basically tells you that the currency is worthless. So they use that worthless currency to pin down the prices of these real assets, whilst using that worthless currency to bid up the prices of other worthless assets. So obviously these guys are in the business of price fixing and maintaining what is basically a Ponzi scheme, and that's why they repress prices of proper assets like gold, like silver, like actual well, not so much actual commodities, because they are linked to actual industrial use, so they will go up into industrial use, but yeah, that's why they don't like these going up, guys. But yeah, we got a 4-hour 9 here, so I can expect a bit of chop around this price action, but we are basically gaining this horizontal. Sorry guys, I don't know why this is obviously low, because this was a breakdown level we drew. So now as an actual resistance, we probably want to move it up a bit. So yeah, what I'm saying is this was down where it was because it was based on this 4-hour 9 candle being a sell once we broke below. But if we want to move it to an actual horizontal resistance level, this is where it'll be. So we're just butting up to the underside of this resistance. I'd expect some consolidation under here, play a bit of lip service to this 9, a bit of potential weakness, and then we'll blast up. That's what I'm looking at here. I mean, failing that, I mean, here's the horizontal to the lower side. There's your downside horizontal. Take this out and close below that, and then yeah, we'll expect a probably a test down to here. Silver's looking good. Silver's looking good, guys. It's looking good. It just doesn't want to show us how good it's looking. So yeah, silver we have got on this on here, we got a pretty clear trend line I'm going to draw on now for us. We have got a 4-hour 9 here, and you can see we are paying this 4-hour 9 lip service. I do not think we're going to basically go much lower than this, but I've been known to be wrong, guys. We've got a pretty aggressive trend line going on here, currently supported by it. If we stay in this zone, I'd expect us to get squeezed between this and onwards and upwards. That's what I'm looking at, and then take out, I mean, each of these highs, well, mainly this high, but this high will also be a bit of a trigger, because this will be a this will be obviously a new high, because we've obviously I mean, we've got high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, but if that becomes a higher high, then that's a buy trigger, and then above here is clearly a buy trigger also, and then things will get pretty exciting for silver, because I think it will pretty quickly take out that about $19.50 level, and be up to the $20, and I think a lot of attention will come into this, basically this altcoin to gold, poor man's gold. I mean, it has industrial uses, but apparently the economy is opening up. But we've got this interesting concept going on in the market, where and we get it in cryptocurrency also, where actual unit cost appears to be important. So the fact that gold is so expensive, people will just pile into silver because it's cheaper per unit cost. So say per ounce, it's cheaper. So I do think that will play, same as often altcoins. When Bitcoin has a rally, altcoins will rally more because they're smaller valued, and when stocks go down a lot and they go to very cheap, you can pick them up cheaply. So people buy them like bankrupt stocks. So we've got this concept which I think is going to start which is going to explode on the scene for silver, and I think we're going to get some big movements. But 409 at the moment here, I mean, we've got this, we have got that trend line I drew, we have got this horizontal line here. I'm conscious of making the chart a bit cluttered, and yeah, so I mean, take out this, I mean, yeah, maybe test this low again, and we don't want to be testing this low and forming what could be a descending triangle, but if it does, so be it. I don't mind if silver goes down, because it means I can try and accumulate some, even though I'm finding it hard to find physical silver without ridiculous premiums. So, but I have a better chance if we're breaking down. So gold silver ratio, is this going to start breaking down again? Let's get up there. Let's get up. Gold silver ratio, yeah, I mean, to be honest, yeah, it looks like we're going to potentially break down. We are in a downtrend, maybe waiting for this to catch up with us, but this could be a descending triangle and a potentially bullish formation. So I would be careful about that. But I mean, overall, we are in a bit of a downtrend at the moment, so I mean the trend is your friend. So take these levels out, then yeah, more downside. Let's just have a look at the TD, sorry, for silver. Although I mean I just didn't, because I just know we don't have anything. Daily nothing, 12-hour nothing. There will be nothing here, and then the 4-hour is the only one which we looked at, the 4-hour 9. Not on look oil. Copper is having a a nice yeah, a nice support here. What I expect. This is pure fortune. This is pure market experience. That's what I'm going to call it. But you might consider this as like voodoo, fortune telling, crystal ball rubbish. But I believe this is going to form a cup and handle, just because I believe this is going to go up. We have this trend line here. We have this what looks to be a cut. We have this horizontal top. I think we'll get up to here. We'll come back and test this trend line, and then we'll break up, and we'll have a projected target we will draw this. We will have a projected target basically of about here. So in fact, what we'll do is we'll just move this down here. This is where our projected target will be. So yeah, that's what I see in this chart. Clearly breaking. I mean, to be honest, on the basis I'm expecting a cup and handle downside, maybe get to here first. The real sell line for me at the moment would be taking out this level here, not so much this trend line, not so much this channel. I think this channel is sort of in the process of getting invalidated now. Wheat, oh look at this, wheat's going down. This is good though, because I still haven't purchased all of my longer dated options in this asset, so by all means go down. But we have got a nice 4-hour 9, so this could definitely bounce this price. Have we got anything 12-hour daily? This is something where we could have something 12-hour and daily even now. Yeah, here we go. There you go. Exactly 12-hour. So we've got a 4-hour and a 12-hour 9. So this at the moment is something that you definitely want to consider going long with a stop below the low. Maybe give yourself a little leeway if you want, but this is a very good asset to take a low risk, high reward trade. So Costco. Costco is basically, we redrew this line. I won't pretend that we didn't. We redrew it. It was coming up more sharply, but we redrew the line, and to be honest, it actually does look better based on these touches here. But yeah, maybe now we're going to get that supported level down here and upwards. We'll have to see. Nicola, check. Have we broken out our pennant yet? Here is one of those. Right, this stock, guys, is basically, I don't like, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not like not intended to be a deflammatory statement or whatever it is, a defamation or whatever. But this company is basically a fraud and a scam. They don't have like any. They have no revenue ever. They don't really have a working product. Their product is basically its capabilities are basically lies. That I think the CEOs have basically said it's not capable of doing the stuff they said it would do. And to boot, this only got listed because they did a reverse merger, which means so if you take WeWork for example, it basically struggled to get its IPO. It went through the proper due process of getting an IPO, and it stumbled at the stumble blocks. If WeWork had done what this company did, which was basically they merged with a company that wasn't really trading, that was a listed company that's basically not trading anymore, as in the company's not. Obviously the shares are trading on the stock exchange, so they sort of reverse merged with it, combined their company as an equity and whatever, even though it's basically a sham, and it really is just Nicola's the only company in it, in this sort of conglomerate, and use that to get listed. Basically a backdoor listing. So I'm not saying every company that does a reverse merger is a scam, but lots of companies that do reverse mergers are a scam, and most of the companies that are scams will often enter the market through reverse mergers. A lot of Chinese companies, have you ever seen the documentary The China Hustle or anything like that? Yeah. Reverse mergers are basically basically fraud. They're basically scam, and this is what this company did. This company's got no revenue. This company scammed its way onto the market. This company's own employees tell us that they actually can't do the stuff that they're basically were claiming they could do. So just something for you guys to consider. There is obviously a lockup period for the people that are holding the equity in the reverse merger. So I'm not actually sure what that date is, but I can tell you now, you'll be able to find that date if you do the research. If I did the research, find that date, and then that's basically when this is going to tank. So there you go. BYD, let's have a look at Boyd Gaming. Are we going to open up the economy? Is everything going to open? Are people going to go to casinos? Who knows? But yeah, we're in a channel now, so basically break above here, up, break above there, down. 200 days roughly where we are. 200 days roughly where we are. Yeah, so in the interest of getting this video up and running, I will let you guys go now. So remember, this is not financial advice. It's not meant to be financial advice. And I am not a financial advisor. That's the other one. You guys can probably tell I'm in a bit of a silly mood today. But yeah, so yeah, so that's it. Thanks for listening. Remember to like and subscribe, guys, and I will speak to you in our evening Bitcoin wrap up.